So, I'm guessing that you probably are watching this because you read the title of the video, but if not, then I'm gonna say it again. I got caught watching inappropriate content as a child. I was around like 6 or 7 years old. I was in primary school. So there was this guy, let's call him Bob because I don't want to say his real name. Bob is the same guy that I've mentioned in my tier list video. It's the guy that has jerked off on my bed while watching tentacle hentai. But this what I'm gonna talk about happened like years before. Like we were kids back then. Again, I was in primary school, pretty much started it. So one day he comes up to me, and we were friends back then, of course. And he starts talking about things like, "Do I know what sex is? Do I know anything of that?" I told him no. So then he told me to search up things like XXX, sex, porn, pornography, stuff like that. Um, I didn't know what that is. He didn't explain it. So I did. I went back home and started researching the topic. At first, I didn't know what the fuck am I looking at. Like, what are they doing? I think to myself. So I started, what is sex? And I was just kind of looking at this and trying to figure it all out. Then I learned it's a reproduction thing, and whatever. But one day, my mom heard from my room noises coming from the family computer, the laptop, and asked my sister to check the history because she didn't know how to do it herself. So my sister checks the history, like the search history, and finds things like what is sex, um, how, how to have sex, what stuff like that. Basically things a child would ask. I think at least that's what I asked. And obviously, I go to my mother for answers. No, I'm just gonna search it up on the computer. What's the worst thing that can happen? And my mom got mad, obviously. So then I told her, like, my friend told me to check it out and stuff like that. And I guess I was grounded from watching, using the computer and all. She told me not to do it again, and so I did. I stopped watching. Um, I I'm talking about it because my sister reminded me of that a few days ago, or like yesterday. I can't remember. She came over, and she told. By the way, my sister is like way older than me. Um, she told me about this, yeah, one time that she found pornography on the computer, like with my mom, and she was like laughing her ass off back then. And I tried acting and saying things like, I don't remember that stuff. I was a little kid. I don't remember. Trying to save myself from the embarrassment because it's goddamn embarrassing to say the least. So I think I saved myself with that. So I stopped back then. I didn't anymore. I got mad at that friend, uh, Bob. And Bob was an interesting person, to say the least, when it came to that stuff. I mean, obviously, he did the things I said he did during the tier list video, but he also did some other weird things. Like, there's another friend at my place. We were like playing video games, and he called us on like Skype or something like that. And again, told us to search this, search that, look at this, look at that. And honestly, yeah, we did, but then we realized that it's bad, so we stopped. And there was this another time that we like were at the bathroom. It's break time at school. We were at the bathroom, and the guys just starts fucking naming porn sites. On the top of his head, and there's like multiple of them. I'm thinking to myself, how does he know that? He shouldn't know that. We were a little older, but still very, very young, so he shouldn't know that, but he did. And honestly, his whole story reminds me of another time my mom caught me watching something I shouldn't. But this time it was FNAF videos, like FNAF related content, like gameplay, music videos, stuff like that, animations. Um, to be exact, she caught me watching the song, or listening rather. Um, I hope you die in a fire, I think was the title. She saw the words like die, overall like bad words for a kid my age. So she was mad at me, grounded me, and let me watch that stuff anymore. But this time I didn't stop. There was nothing that could stop me from my FNAF mania. I kept watching gameplay videos, and like do you know the videos that they were in Garry's mod, like toy animatronic versus the OG? Yeah, I was like into that. I liked watching it. You know, I was a kid, cut me some slack. So I still kept watching it no matter what, and I'm still into FNAF these days. So I guess that turned out well. So I think that's all about I wanted to say. So bye bye.